Good morning, everyone. Please stand for the pledge. Ready to lead us, please? Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to ask everybody to remain standing for 1 minute in remembrance of D-Day, which is tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go to law enforcement.
How's everybody today? Okay, that wasn't as good as last time. How's everybody today? There we go. Okay, I want to commend you guys. The traffic has improved. Remember, it's the past couple of times we've been talking about that. It's actually done great. Knock on wood. The fraud is up, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of our big things that we talk about each time also. If somebody calls you and says, hey, you won the lottery, this amount of money, but you have to go pay for something. Well, in the text, it's not winning if you're paying for something, okay? So do not go to Walmart, purchase gift cards, and send them to somebody. This is just, we're getting hit more and more with this. And this is one of the number one things since I've been here that continues to happen. Please, if somebody calls you and says you won the lottery, yes them to death, write as much as you can down if you don't want to get off the phone. Call our dispatch. 911 or the non-emergency, the 688-3000, we are here to help you. I would rather help you than to have to report fraud or schemes and see you guys lose any kind of money. Because $1,000 is a heavy hit, isn't it? I'll walk around with a can and you can put $1,000 each if you want to do it and I can go away. But no, seriously, guys, I don't want us to respond on a bad note. I would rather have us respond on a good note so that we could talk and discuss these further things, please. And tell your friends and family to do so, because I know there's a lot of the boards for other communities here. Please let everybody know at your communities to do so. The walking, everybody's been abiding by the traffic laws. The bicyclists seem happy. I haven't seen anybody sailing out there. I know there was one of the sailors in here. But get back out there and sail. It's been windy. It's been beautiful. I love watching it. I just want you guys to have fun and enjoy yourselves. It is your time. Remember that. It is your time. You've taken care of everybody for your life. It's your time to allow people to help you. As that's an honor to me to be able to help you guys. Any questions? Anybody buy donuts? Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
We'll see you this afternoon. We're here from our fire department.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to deliver to you some numbers of how many emergencies we ran on Central Village the month of May. We ran a total of 234 calls in the month of May, and the majority of them were medical calls, 191. Our trucks went responding to your emergency in less than 45 seconds each one of those times, and we had a response time of total of 6 minutes, which gives us a travel time of 4 minutes and 45 seconds. There's other calls. They also make up the 234. We got some assist investigations, some fire alarms, and some vehicle accidents, but lesser numbers. That's it.
Thank you. I'd like to have a motion on the minutes, please. Motion made by Sandy Levine, seconded by Dennis Burrows. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Les, you have a correction?
In the minutes, it says that Angie Dixon was running for state senate No, she's running for the U.S. Senate. Slightly different.
Okay. Tony, can you make that correction to the minutes, please?
I got it, thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Any other? All in favor of accepting the minutes as corrected? Aye? Aye. Thank you. I'm waiting for our delegates count so we can get to the business of the meeting today. Donald, would you like to give us an update on, I'll put you on next here.
Good morning, everyone. You could always fill up stale time with little Donald stories. All right, something came up this year, this past week. Our admin assistant and I checked on who didn't do their annual filing. We have 309 associations. The deadline for your annual filing with DBPR is the 1st of May. As of a couple days ago, 53 out of 309 had not done their annual filing. Typically, this is done by your management company, if you want to approach it that way, or you can just do it yourself. If you need help and want to get this piece of housekeeping done, just stop by Yuko. We'll help you with that. All right? It's kind of important. We've had associations that were de-incorporated because they didn't do their filings for a couple of years in a row, and it costs money to reincorporate. So we kind of want to avoid that. Update on the South Canal project. We are nearly at the end of this project. All that's left is a few places that need sod, and fences are going up as we speak, as of this morning, as a matter of fact. And final job will be guardrails in the Windsor and Andover sections. And that will conclude that job, thankfully. As far as North Canal, hopefully we'll have a quorum today, and you guys are going to be able to vote on a proposal to redredge the North Canal, the refurbishment of the canal. And I'll give you more on that later. Breeze Line, Plymouth Laundry, another project coming to its end. The interior of the building looks wonderful. I've been giving you guys pictures a little at a time, week by week, but we're nearly done. The fence in the back of the building's been installed, and weather permitting, we should see exterior paint this week or next. So I think you're going to be very pleased with the finished product of that facility. And finally, I don't know if you all saw, but the Breeze Line table was in the lobby again this month, and they'll be here every month. So if you have issues with Breeze Line and you want to speak directly to a troubleshooter who can help you solve your problem, please stop by and say hello to Ira. His name is Ira Levy. Wearing a green shirt today, you can't miss him. All right, and that's all I have for this month, unless you guys have any work for me. Thank you. Would you like to stand up, sir? Grab a mic. Good morning.
Good morning, Pete Martinez, Windsor Eye. When will the laundry be ready for?
I think we're inside of 30 days now.
30 days?
We have to get the whole thing inspected and by the county. So as soon as we pass inspection, that'll pretty much be it. Day before yesterday, we had a vendor come in to make proposal on changing out all the machines. So we'll have all new machines. They will be card swipe instead of with quarters. And we're also looking into putting in high capacity machines, like machines that you can wash a rug or a comforter in. Okay. So that's going to be an improvement. I'd say you're inside of 30 days.
Okay, I have an additional comment on Breeze Line. I've been staying over in Point Siena where they have Xfinity. Mm-hmm. Okay, fiance lives over in Point Siena.
Yep.
And their cable never goes down, number one. Number two, their equipment. My fiance has up-to-date boxes where you ask the TV, okay,
Yeah, voice remote.
and so forth, voice activated, up to date. We're not up to date here. We are far behind. We get equipment, these boxes that have been used by other people and have programs already programmed inside of them, and then we have to delete so we can make space so we could record our whatever programs we want. And that's not right. With what we pay for our breeze line, we should be getting new, up-to-date boxes, not these old things. And then we get these, on the other rooms, we get these small,
They're called DTA boxes.
right, and that's not so. Xfinity gives every room, 3 rooms over in my fiance's, at $55 a month. We pay $50, I think, okay? $55 a month for every tenant there at Point Siena, I forget the building.
All right, so Mr. Martinez, as far as your observation about the equipment, you probably weren't aware of this, but at this moment, BreezeLine is in the process of replacing all of the boxes with current models. One is in my house already. So they will get to you eventually. If your box is not working, call or stop by the BreezeLine office or stop by at the table right here, and they'll schedule you. But everyone's getting new boxes. That's my understanding.
Will we be getting updated boxes in the other 2 bedrooms or the other 2?
Yes,
Okay.
and they're all wireless, right, Fausto?
They're all wireless.
Yeah.
And they're all voice activated.
Stop at the desk on your way out,
Okay,
that little table there. Let them explain it to you. But that's in the works. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Okay.
All right?
Well, I hope they come around because we've got 4 more years with them. And 4 years is a long time to be paying what we're paying for this really obscene service we're getting from them.
Thank you for your input, sir.
Okay. In your package today, while I'm waiting for my delegates count, you will find, above and beyond the normal things, we have a questionnaire form that, on the subject of BreezeLine. If you have a problem, you can either fill it out and drop it off at the office or come in and I'll help you fill this out. And this will get the information to BreezeLine to update you to the newest equipment possible. Yeah, you can also, I believe it's also available online, unitedcivic.org. You can fill it in online, but you still have to drop it off at the office. Or you could email it, I understand. Okay, all right. Also included in the package, we started last month, someone at the security meeting made a suggestion that people that are coming in do not know the speed limit inside Century Village. So the committee came up, and now every person that comes in, I see it, every person that comes in the guest lane receives a flyer with the miles per hour inside the village, and watch for pedestrians, bicycles, and use turn signals. So there's a copy to put on your bulletin board, put it up there so that everybody's aware of it. Any questions as far as that going? Also, pertaining to the forms, now your packages pertaining to investigation or your delegates' forms are now, can be filled in online. You can type them in so they're legible, so we can see, understand your handwriting, because some people went to hieroglyphic school and we don't read hieroglyphics. You can fill them in online, print them, and then bring them into the office. Most of the forms are available to be done that with. I know that people have been requesting to be able to deliver them through the emails, but you can't. We want to stamp them with a date, and we want to make sure that we got them to cover you and to cover us. And investigation forms must be dropped off in person by either an officer of the corporation or your management company.
You need a seal.
And you have to put your corporate seal on there. Do you have any numbers for me, David?
Not yet.
Okay. Coffee with the Presidents is continuing the second Friday of every month. If you have not been invited or you've not been able to come, call the office, ask for Erica, and she will put you on. It's from 9:30 to 11:30. For the summer, I have canceled the third Wednesday of the Friday of the month in here because less and less people are coming because not enough people are here. So it's only available once a month, and that will go through the whole summer. Ruth, you want to give us a report on the UCO reporter?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. If you look at your package, you will see that it goes through April, through the end of April, and the reporter is ahead $6,192. But I have a report here that goes through May, which is only the second month of the second quarter, and that will show we're ahead $9,888. We're doing very nicely. In your package, on the last page, it invites you to visit unitedcivic.org. You can look at the reporter, the digital edition, and a year or more back, you can look at all of those papers. In case you want to look up something and you can't remember what it's about, you can look it up online. It's very useful. Other than that, all I can say is Happy Father's Day to the fathers and grandfathers. Next month, we will have a meeting here. The office is closed in the afternoon, but we will have a delegate meeting. Have a good rest of the month.
Thank you, Ruth. Can we hear from our treasurer, Mary Jane? Should be on. Tap it. It's on.
Okay. I'm going to start with some numbers because we were going to be talking about the project on the North Canal. I wanted everybody to know what kind of condition we were in. In all of our accounts together, we have $15,833 and $14.55. Of that, this amount is what we have for our reserves. Our reserves are at $13,073,967.31. So that's information you want to have if, in fact, we end up having a vote over the bids for the North Canal work. The other thing I'm going to mention today is the necessity of making sure that your association is financially prepared for hurricanes. Some of this is absolutely obvious. Check to be sure that your premiums are being paid up to date by your management company. Do you have enough money in your budget to cover deductible of your insurance company? And is there some cash available in case ATMs are not working and something needs to be taken care of ASAP? Some of the less obvious preparedness for a hurricane. I don't know if the mic is active.
It's on.
Okay, just have to get closer. Sorry about that. Okay, the first part was the amount of money that we have in our accounts. Because you may or may not be voting on bids for the work on the North Canal, I wanted you to know that the total amount in our accounts is $15,833,014.55. Of those amounts, the total for reserves, it's $13,073,967.31. Okay. The other thing I was talking about was having your association financially prepared for the possibility of a hurricane, which of course we all hope is not going to happen, but who can predict? Some of the more obvious preparation is to make sure that your management company has your premiums paid up to date. After that, is there enough money in your budget to cover your insurance deductible if necessary? And is there some cash on hand in case ATMs are not available for use right after a storm? It's the same kind of preparation you would make for yourself personally. But beyond that, there's some less obvious preparation that you can do. Make sure that the phone numbers of your vendor contacts are available, that you have numbers for your property management and local authority, your fire and your police. Encourage your unit owners to have condo insurance. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the Florida Department of Financial Services, myfloridacfo.com, has a financial preparedness tool that works equally well for associations and for individuals. So my message today is be sure you are financially prepared for this hurricane, if in fact one does come. Beyond that, happy Father's Day to all of our Century Village dads.
Thank you. Okay, we're going on to the first order of business. As you know, we've been working on the North Canal. We hired an engineer, Derek, who's over here, and he's waving to you. He put together a plan, sent out an RFP. We had 4 bidders. The 4 bidders came in, sealed bids. Most of you were on, if you went on the TV or you went on our website, you saw the opening of the bids. It was narrowed from 4 to 2, and a week later, the bids committee accepted the lowest bidder. The project went from $1.5 million to $3 million. That was the spread. On the recommendation of the person that put the RFP together, said that we should pick the lowest bidder. He thought that that's the person that could do the best job. The bids committee accepted that. It was moved to the officers. The officers approved it. It went to the executive board last Friday. They approved it. So now it is up to you, the delegates, to look at the contract is, not the contract, excuse me. The proposal is right in front of you. I believe it's from JFB Construction. And basically, it's pretty well explanatory. If you read down, there's 23 lines. The removal of the trees, the dredging of the canal, shoring up sides with concrete, because now the canal moves water. We have about 750,000 gallons of water a day that come into our water system. So I need a motion and a second, and then we can discuss it. And if anybody has any questions, our engineer is here to be able to answer those questions for you. So we have a quorum, yes. So who wants to make a motion? Motion made by Patricia Caputo, seconded by John Hess. Okay, now we're into discussion mode. Any questions? There's got to be one question.
Hey, we paid for our engineer to be here, so let's
So,
put him on a hot seat a little bit, guys, huh?
so the proposal you have in front of you is $1,450,354.
How long is it going to take?
Months. I don't know.
I think that's a Derek question.
That's a question for our engineer.
Jump right up, Derek.
This is Derek Chenovar. He's our engineer who created the plans for the project, and he will be our project manager.
Good morning, everybody. Derek Chenovar, DKK Consulting. The project's gonna, we have a timeline of 60 days on the project with a 30-day allotment, provided, we're entering the hurricane rainy season. So when you're moving dirt and you're regrading and clearing and grubbing with this type of work, we provided another 30 days worth of leeway within the project. So, the scheduled timeline is 90 days.
Does that answer your question? This is a project that's been waiting for 50 years. So 30 days more, 30 days less is not going to matter.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Green Bernard, Sheffield H. I looked it over, of course, it's all mostly Greek to me, but I noticed it said chain link fencing, and I don't know where that is, but is that somewhere where the outside people can see in or climb over?
Irene, the fence, a little bit of history. When UCO was formed in 1982, the very first project that UCO handled was the fencing off of Century Village, all four sides, which was no small thing. Before that, we were wide open. The fence that involves this project is basically invisible to you when you go over to the canal. There's a jungle grew up in front of it. So when all of the trees and jungle and scrub get taken out, and it's all going to be taken out, you're going to see a fence there, and that fence is going to have to be repaired or replaced as Derek decides.
Okay, but is it visible from the outside public?
No, well, no. The fence, the other side of the fence, most of it is City of West Palm Beach property. There's a rain catchment area on the other side. As you move a little bit east towards Sheffield, Coventry, Norwich, the other side are private homes.
Okay. Before I sit down, I had a budget question. May I ask it, or should I wait?
No, we're on this first. Wait until we get done with this.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Come up to the microphone, please. Oh, David, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Dave Fornes, Dover C. I just want to thank UCO for what it took to get to this point, all the work that you've put in. We didn't even own part of this canal, and that was the thing that held us up. It took lawyer time, it took all sorts of legal maneuvers to get the ownership of it because it was a defunct corporation, so it isn't just like buying it from somebody. And then, all the engineering of hiring a reputable firm, since we don't know exactly what to do or how to do it. But this is so essential for the community in the case of a hurricane. If we get one that lands on top of us where we get the heavy rains, it isn't going to be pretty trying to get rid of those rains in a canal system that hasn't been cleared in 50 years. You know how things grow here in Florida. Those canals just can't handle it. And now that we've got the South Canal essentially done, to get the North Canal done now you couldn't spend your money better than this. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said, and believe it or not, this has been almost a 3-year project to get to this point. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm Gail Bowen with Cambridge Eye, and of course, Cambridge Eye does face the North Canal directly. And I see in the proposal there's removal of trees, and I assume in my mind it's the ones on the north side of the canal that are going to be removed or cleaned up. But there are also palm trees along the south side of the North Canal that are very beautiful and really add a lot of beauty to our view.
We'll spend some time with them while you still can, because they're going.
They are going and they're not being replaced.
To have some nice quality time because their days are numbered.
Once the canal gets done, it will, just like the South Canal, it will be taken care of annually. There'll be an annual maintenance, cutting the grass, keeping things from growing that don't belong there. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, by law, how tall can this fence be?
I believe it's 6 foot.
Go ahead, Derek.
Yes, ma'am, it's a 6-foot fence.
Okay, there's no, you can't put like the barbed wire on top of it, right? That's not, oh, I'm gonna ask you, is that, by law, that's not legal anymore, right?
No,
Correct.
no, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's all.
That's it? Any other questions? Now's the time to speak, ladies and gentlemen. We have cameras all over the place. Unfortunately, we do. Any other questions? I need somebody to make a motion to call the question. Les made a motion to call the question. And yes, Sue, you had a question? Oh, okay, you got a second. Okay. So David, do your thing.
Okay, Tony, would you read the motion again?
Yes,
There's a motion on the table to accept a proposal from JFB Construction for the North Canal refurbishment. The motion was made by Patricia Caputo and seconded by John Hess.
Thank you. Are my counters ready? All in favor of the motion, please put their yellow flag up. Thank you.
Okay. Looks like it's pretty good. Looks good. Yeah.
Thank you, Les.
Good, we got a quorum. That's good.
Thank God.
No? Bobby? How many?
21.
21.
Yep.
Eve? 37?
Debbie's on your right.
Flo?
28. 28.
38?
28.
28. Debbie?
21.
All those opposed to the motion, please raise their yellow flag.
Seven. Yep.
One in the balcony?
Yes, one in the balcony.
Two negatives.
Bobby?
0.
Flo? Debbie?
0.
Anyone who abstains, please raise their yellow flag.
One.
Why would somebody want to abstain?
Bobby? Eve? Flo?
1.
Debbie?
0.
Motion carries.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And now we're going to be hearing from Mr. Cameron Baker. Come on up. These two gentlemen are representing a developer for the Higgins property, which is the property just on the north side of the canal on Haverhill and Community. They are proposing a project, and they're here to tell you what they are proposing. Gentlemen, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. So my name is actually Josh Nichols, and I am here with Cameron Baker. We are from Schmidt Nichols, and we are landscape architects and land planners. So we are proposing what's called Victoria Village. So this is just north of the canal we were just speaking of. So I know this is tough. I didn't realize the size of the room that we were coming into. So I know that a lot of you can't see the graphic, but we'll leave it up here for a little while after. But again, it's at Community in Haverhill. So we're just on the west side of Haverhill, just north of the canal, which is also Community as it extends to the east. There's a stoplight there, so you have it will be a four-way intersection. There's already a light, there's already a turn lane that goes into the subject site. So we would be utilizing that same signal. We've had a couple meetings with Horseshoe Acres, who is to our north, and they asked that we not have any access to Horseshoe. So there's absolutely zero access to Horseshoe. Everything is to Haverhill at that existing signalized intersection. We do have an emergency access that's required by fire that does connect to Haverhill. So that was a requirement. We started off the project at about 39 townhomes. So these would be fee simple townhomes. So that means ownership of the land and of the unit. So, which is nice because you actually have, people are taking pride in the units. They own the actual dirt. They own the unit. It will have a small HOA. And now we're down to 34 units based on the requirements for drainage. Derek will know about that. The requires. Unfortunately, we had to give up several units to accommodate for drainage, which tends to happen. So we're at 34. So we're at about 8 units an acre. Just to give you an idea, Century Village is 18 units an acre. So we're almost half of what Century Village is in terms of a density. These townhomes are 2-story, so that's very compatible with the units that are on the north end of Century Village, which are also at two-story. We don't have a final builder at this point, so we're going through the site plan entitlement process. So it will have the typical buffers, setbacks, everything has been kind of set, and we're working through the final phase of entitlement and review by the county. So there's 23 agencies that review the project from the county. So we're working through, and we're probably about a month out from that certification, then we gear up for public hearings. So we have, our first stop would be at Zoning Commission, and they are a recommending body. And if, once we get that recommendation, we move on to Board of County Commissioners for a final hearing. So that's kind of the run through. I'm happy to take any questions. I know one thing that may come up was a question maybe about the distance between our nearest building and Century Village. And so that's about 175 feet would be the nearest structure to your nearest structure. To our south, we do have a Palm Beach County right-of-way that has not been utilized over the last several decades. So that will stay as is, and then obviously your canal's to the south of that, and then it starts Century Village. So there's quite a distance in between there. So again, happy to answer any questions and appreciate the time this morning. Thank you.
Good. Donald?
Is there anyone here who is unclear about the location of this project? Okay, you all know where it is.
Yes, the applicant is the owner, yes. I know that's always a good question that comes up on all of the residential projects. We're probably 2 years out from starting construction. So then by the time construction's another year, it's really difficult to predict what the number would be. I really can't give you a true number at this point. I mean, I can go off of what things are selling for now. They're probably somewhere between, probably in the high 4s to mid 5s is what townhomes are right now. No, it will not be gated.
Yeah.
I would just like to ask, will the entrance be right at Community in Haverhill? Would that be where the entrance will be?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Yep. Owners. I mean, could some of the, I mean, it'll be on the open market at the end of the day, so. Uh-huh.
Come up to the mic. We all want to hear your question.
Who asked the question? Go to the microphone so everybody could hear your question.
He's coming.
Is he coming?
My concern is that you will be selling to investors who will be renting the units. Will that be legitimate? Will you have that, anything in their contracts that talk about that?
I don't think there's going to be anything in any contracts that would prohibit that. It would be on the open market.
Very nice.
So I'm not sure that I have a 100% answer for that, but we anticipate that it will be to end user homeowners.
I hope so.
Thank you.
I think his name is Josh, the other guy.
Hey, Josh?
Yeah.
Is this going to be a 718 or a 720 condominium or HOA?
HOA,
It's going to be 720.
yes.
All right, so group, what will typically happen is when the 720 HOA Association is set up, there will be articles of corporation, bylaws just like us, and that's where you'll see whether if there's a rule against certain types of ownership and use.
It is not. It would be market.
Yes.
Is that part, oh,
State your name and where you're from, please, so everybody knows.
Barbara Roberts, Southampton B. Is that part of the Horseshoe Estates? Is that part of their,
No, it's the Higgins Electrical Building.
okay.
So if you're coming home from Publix, our Publix, you would just go straight, basically, and you'll see that white swing fence. That's the property.
Okay.
It's directly opposite North Canal from the Norwich section.
Go ahead.
Fred from Chatham F. Is there any sharing of the canals for drainage with this new,
Say that again so we could hear it.
any sharing of the drainage system, the canals like we have with the first project?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we explored going south to the canal that you just voted on. There's a couple things there. I won't get into all the details, but it appears there's a county right of way in between the canal and the subject property. Right now, the plan is to go out to Haverhill, so we do have the ability to go to Haverhill and connect to that drainage system. So right now, that's our legal positive outfall, as they call it at the county. Thank you, though. Yep.
Any other questions? Derek, do you have any questions for them, for us?
No, the drainage question was answered, so.
Okay. Good. All right. If no one has any other questions, we'll move on. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
If you could supply us with a picture, something that we can put in our paper,
Absolutely.
so we'll let everybody know what's going on.
Yep,
All
absolutely.
right. You can email it to us if you want. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
send it to Donald.
please.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Okay,
Appreciate you coming.
we did. Yeah,
Hey, Derek, if you want to split, that's fine.
okay. All right. Commissioner Weiss, I know you're on a time restraint, so please.
Good morning. Wow, great to be with you this morning, and just a couple things to update you on. First off, let you know Niels is not with me today. He is visiting his mother in Holland, so he's gone for about a week and a half, but he'll be back soon. So, but he sends his best wishes. But I do want to introduce a new member of the staff in District 2 office, and that's Tom Witkoff. There's Tom. Some of you may remember Tom. He ran for Congress a couple years ago, and now he's got an upgrade, though, working at Palm Beach County, of course. There you go. We actually get things done, you know. I just want to spend just a minute with you about what's happening potentially with property taxes. We'll do just a quick education. First off, let me say to you, I understand everybody, or not everybody, but most people really want to try and find a way to help lower their expenses, and this certainly will do that, and I'm very empathetic to that. But I do want to, let's be clear on what's going to be on the ballot in November, and this just happened this week. The legislature voted to put on the ballot a constitutional amendment that will change property tax structure in the state of Florida. There's going to be really three phases to it. On the first phase in 2027, if this amendment passes, there will become a $125,000 homestead exemption. Currently, homestead exemptions are at $50,000. So that'll go up to $125,000, and that's based on your taxable value, not your appraised value, not the value of the actual property, but what your assessed value is. So if you've been with Save Our Homes for a while, your property, whenever it was set, that only goes up 3% a year. So a lot of homes are under market value today. It will move then in 2028 to $250,000 exemption. And then eventually, and we don't know the time frame because it'll be up to the legislature to create the rules, we'll move up to $500,000. The impact of this is going to be significant to local governments. And to give you an example, I'll share with you, last year in Palm Beach County, our ad valorem tax collection was approximately $2 billion. It's a lot of money. But over half of that, almost $1.1 billion, went directly to PBSO to fund the sheriff's operation. The remainder, parts of it went to our constitutional offices, which we are required to fund, and there are a number of mandatory programs the state of Florida requires us to also fund, which left about $609 million to run the 30 plus departments in Palm Beach County. So $610 million. We did the analysis based on those figures, and that will, with a $250,000 exemption on only homesteaded properties, would reduce the county's ad valorem collection to about $200 million. So meaning $400 million would come off the collections. So it would be about almost 2/3 reduction, which would then mean, potentially looking at possibly increasing millage on the non-homesteaded properties. Also potentially fees for services, things like parks, libraries, things like that. Would be, of course, on the table. And then lastly, of course, would be sales tax increase to try and keep the services, or if the community doesn't want services, that would be, that's potential outcome as well. The other things I need to mention that are in this are we have to continue to fund the sheriff's department at whatever the budget is approved this year. So that will stay intact, but it will no longer have to go up after this is put in place. So it'll lock in at that point, and then as more people or higher costs come, they'll have to figure out how to do that. With fire rescue, it will, because we collect what's called an MSTU, that's a separate line item. That will also be cut by approximately 2/3 as well to fund fire rescue. And then, of course, we have a library MSTU that will be cut as well. So these are things just to be aware of, to think about. I know, a lot of folks that live in Century Village are on very tight, fixed incomes. and this would be a big relief to them. And I understand that, but I do think we all need to be educated and understand what's going to be in front of us, and we'll all make the best decision as we think is best for us and our families and our community. So I'll leave you with that, and I'm sure over the next few months, this will be on the ballot in November. We'll have plenty of opportunity to talk about it. And then the last thing, and you heard a little bit about it from some other folks earlier, we are officially into hurricane season. So now's the time to prepare, make sure, you're starting if, you don't want to have to wait till the end and then all of a sudden you have a big need and, a little preparation, every week or once a month to add some things to your supplies. So you should be able to prepare to be able to take care of yourself, we say, for 10 days. For 10 days. I mean, if we had a really big hurricane, it's potential we would be on our own for up to 10 days. So think about that, making sure you have enough food, medicines, and water to be able to take care of yourself and if you have any pets, be able to take care of them. With that, I am ready to wrap up. I'm sorry I went over, but I just wanted to explain that.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
And happy Father's Day.
Okay. Officers' reports. John, you're up first.
Okay.
Love putting you on the spot.
Okay, this is on. Good morning, everybody. As usual, I want to thank all the volunteers, past and present, investigations, barcode desk, and the reception. UCO is a team, and I've been there almost 2 years now, volunteering, and I think I've seen major changes for the better. No one person makes a decision in that office without being run by everybody else. And then at that point, everybody else puts their ideas together and, we implement stuff for the better. And that's what a team does. And like I said, I've been here 2 years and I've seen such major improvements. Everything from the website, information on the table at the reception desk, everything about the office has changed for the better. We're still looking for volunteers, so if anybody's interested, please stop by and, fill out the application, and we can fit you in, do a little training, and then you can pick your own schedule. The speed limit thing, it was recommended that we take it back to our bulletin boards and put it on the bulletin board. And as I speak of bulletin boards, I speak about it every month. It's a communication board for owners and the residents in the building. You could post whatever you want on it, really, but there are certain stuff that should be up there. Board members' names should be on the bulletin board. Emergency contact phone number for a board member. We have people that come into the office on a daily basis, owners, tenants, they have no idea who the board members are. And I suggest go to your bulletin board, see if there's any names up there. They have no clue. So someone's not doing their job correctly somewhere because people are moving into the village, purchasing units and moving in, and they have no idea who to contact, when to contact them. So it's in board. I call it the communication board at my building. Stuff is posted. I got the budget up there. I got the recycling program up there. I got Hewlett Exterminating up there. Seacrest is up there. Board members' names are up there. Emergency contact phone number, and the hours you can contact me. Do not contact me past 7 p.m. unless it's an emergency. It just helps the residents. You get new people moving in, and they're really frustrated right off the bat because they have no idea where to go and what to do. Again, hurricane season, piggyback on what Mary Jane's saying about important contacts, vendors, residents, just in case you need to contact them. You should have that list available during the hurricane season just in case something happens, as well as the insurance information that you may need. And really, that's all I have today, so I want to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day and a happy June to everybody, and thanks for everybody for coming out.
Thank you, John. Stuart, you're next.
A couple of things. We have people riding around with bicycles and electric bikes reading books. I've seen it a dozen times, and it's scary because you're right. You can just imagine what will happen. We have a lot of people walking, And if you get hit by somebody riding a bike or an electric bike that's moving quickly, somebody's going to get seriously hurt. The other thing is that we had some very heavy rains the last few days, and the wind was blowing, and this is a precursor of what could happen during the hurricane season. So I suggest that walk around your building and take a look at what may have moved or is not really secure, and talk to your property manager to make sure that when there is a notice that a hurricane is coming, that they remove all of that stuff inside or secure it so that it doesn't fly around. And my first month in Century Village 30 years ago, I had no idea what to expect, and I was standing in the bedroom looking out the bedroom window when a piece of debris flew into the window and smashed the window, and the rain and the wind was blowing in. I had to run into the kitchen to get a cutting board and a pillow, and I stood there for almost 3 hours until the rain subsided. And needless to say, we rushed out the following day to get different windows and metal covers so that will not happen again. So it was pretty scary. So that's about what I have to say, and enjoy. Oh, Grandfather's Day. The reason why I'm mentioning grandfathers is that if you have grandchildren, I noticed on television the other day that they had an AI toy that was embedded into a cub or a baby bear, and it was designed for little kids to talk to it and get feedback. That to me was very, very scary. So if you have your children that have you have grandchildren, speak to them and tell them that if they buy a toy like that, to monitor it, because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't want the kids to get some sort of feedback that you find unnecessary or inappropriate. So that's it.
Thank you. Bruce, you're next.
Thank you, Fausto. Speaking of hurricanes, I guess we've heard enough about that. If you look on page 4 of what should be the award-winning UCO recorder, an excellent publication, you will find the pictures of 4 vice presidents. If you direct your grandchild to the lower right-hand corner, it may unsettle them. I'm sorry. But there are some comments there about hurricane preparedness and some specific recommendations. First of all, on the strength of a very positive comment that was made earlier in this week, in this meeting, and also picking up on some conversations I've had, I'm aware that in this community, there are some important thoughts and contributions that can be made to UCO regarding policies, rules, and regulations. On page 4, underneath each of those pictures, okay, there is an email address. If you have any suggestions, any positive suggestions, please send them. I'd prefer that you not send complaints, but honesty works. So if you have some suggestions, please send them to us, and they will be considered in our weekly staff meetings. Change is very challenging. In fact, I've discovered that oftentimes the response I get is, we've never done it that way before. There are some things that probably should be adjusted or changed. Please, if you have suggestions, send them to us, and we will process them through a very calm and helpful conversation. Thank you for the privilege of serving you. Good day.
Thank you, Bruce. Tony, you're up.
I just want to remind you, kind of reiterate what everybody's talking about hurricane season, but also it's a rainy season. And my husband and I were out last weekend, and we got caught on I-95. And it was beautiful when we left the Orlando area, and then we got around Melbourne, and we were in a torrential rain, and we were crawling along. And I know you all know what I'm talking about, but I just want you to remember, following distance is very, very important when you're on the highway in a torrential rainstorm, and to keep your distance, because what you think you can stop, you cannot. And so we crawled along for about 15 minutes, and then we were able to go back up to speed. But I know you know what I'm talking about if you've lived here any length of time. The other thing I want to remind you about is it's hot. People, it is hot. When you go out in your vehicle, make sure you have some water or something with you in the car, because if you get stopped on I-95 and there's a collision in front of you and you're there for an hour or so and you don't have anything to drink, you're going to wish you did. So 2 things, following distance and put something to drink in your vehicle this summer. Thank you.
Thank you. David, you're up.
Good morning. Once again, a thank you to the signing committee, who always does an excellent job, and for those that did the counting for us. They're terrific. And many, many thanks to the delegates who voted for the proposal. It was long overdue, and I'm just overwhelmed by the support that this village has given. It's a major step forward for it. So congratulate yourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have any unfinished business? Okay. Does anybody have any new business they want to bring up? None? Okay. Let's see. Okay. We have somebody from the county clerk's office, Elder Sanchez. Would you like to come up? Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Just a couple of reminders from our office. We mentioned this before and what the sheriff said earlier regarding scams. We have a property file alert scam. We're going to keep reminding everyone until everyone here has signed up for it. It's a very important program. It's free. It helps detect fraud. If something ever comes to our office recorded with your name, address, parcel number, a great way to let you know ahead of time if something suspicious is going on and to prevent anything serious from going on. Another reminder, we have our office in Royal Palm, so if you ever need to come to our office for anything, whether you have questions, fees, filing, recording, if you want any certified copies, you don't have to go downtown and fight traffic. Royal Palm, less people, less traffic, and free parking, so it's pretty good. And what Commissioner Weiss just mentioned regarding the property tax and everything, we recently released our popular annual financial report, or PAFR. It gives a good overview of the county funds, where it comes from, how it's spent, how it's invested. So if you like this overview, I have a couple to share. You can come see me after, and I'll leave some extra at the office for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have Teresa Johnson that's running for office. Come on up. You got 3 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I am Dr. Teresa Johnson, and I am running for Palm Beach County Commission District 2. Greg Weiss is your current commissioner. I am running for his seat. I was born in, and I live in Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach, all of my life. I have gone to our current colleges, Northwood when it was on military, Palm Beach Atlantic, and then at the apex of my education, I obtained my PhD in public policy and administration from Walden University. I have over 20 years in the nonprofit industry. I have led nonprofits at the executive director level on the Treasure Coast Pay Center for Girls, which is a program that helps to prevent girls going into delinquency, drug and alcohol abuse. I worked there for 3 years, came back to Palm Beach County, worked for another nonprofit at the executive director level. I am running on my experience. I'm a current council member in the town of Haverhill. I am in my 3rd term as a council member, and we've done projects such as housing project that I hear that is going to be happening here. We rolled back back our property taxes, our millage rate for the last 4 years because we've had projects to come online. And as a result, we gave those savings back to our residents. I forged collaboration between Haverhill Community Church and Cross Ministries in the town. And in 2025, they distributed over 50,000 pounds of food. And I've done that same service work in the historic Northwest community, where I've worked with 5 churches and the American Legion, where we collaborated to provide a feeding program, because the Northwest, even right now, is still a food desert. I currently am the vice chair of the Northwest Community Health Alliance, where we provide health care access to underinsured individuals who do not have access, for adults and pediatrics. We manage diabetes, high blood pressure, telework, all types of services, because health care is still a major issue for folks to access here in Palm Beach County. So why am I running? I'm running because Palm Beach County, and you heard Greg, we need a person in that seat who's ready on day one, who has already handled those issues, complex issues that will come in November. I've handled millage. We've done infrastructure, we deal with traffic, zoning, variance, housing, you name it. I can step into that seat on day one, but I need your support. I've been here several times. I want to thank my supporters down in front, and I've spoken to you. I will be back again. How can you support me? August 18th is the primary. Vote Johnson for District 2. If any of you would like to volunteer, I will be distributing my cards at the end. Please see me, and I thank you again for allowing me to speak this morning. Happy Father's Day to the fathers.
Pamela, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Good morning. I'm Pam Avalos with PR2U. We've worked closely with this community for the past 11 years, providing free health and wellness educational lectures in the comfort of your clubhouse. We do it the first Monday of every month. Unless there's a holiday, we may move that. We did pass out flyers today. There are always flyers in the box office. Please make sure you come out, hear different speakers. We believe that it is patient and resident choice. So by you coming to these lectures and hearing from different hospitals, different doctors on many variety of topics, knowledge is power. Thank you again. Look forward to seeing you at our next event.
Thank you. We have a question in the back.
Yes. This is a question about the.
Talk into the microphone.
Is that better? How about now?
Perfect.
Okay. There's an item on this that I just need some clarification on.
You're talking about the treasurer's report?
Yes.
Okay.
It's item number 4160, the installation luncheon. I understand it was, accounted for in a different category, but the way it's sitting here right now, it looks to me like we spent over $3,000 on the installation luncheon, but we weren't invited. I mean, some were invited, but it seemed like a lot of money to spend out of our UCO monies. Is that how it worked?
Well, it's a budgeted line item. Every year, they vote on a certain amount of money is put in there for the installation and for the volunteer recognition. So this body voted on it last year.
Okay,
and
so
we're
it's in
within
here
the budget
under,
of what was put into the budget.
Okay, so it's just under a different, under the volunteer thing also?
Yes, it's all one.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Did I miss anybody? Oh. Is this under the good of the order? Is this under the good of the order? What is it in reference to?
Security. The last time for the May meeting, I was told that the gentleman would look into it, because on Good Friday, the April meeting, security wasn't here. To date, I have still not received a return phone call with an answer. So I'd like to know what's going on.
What was your question?
I had a problem with the security company.
At the clubhouse, at the guardhouse? Where?
No, it was, I'm in Dorchester G. This was Dorchester F. Started at like 10 p.m. at night. People moving in. I called security. They were sending a car. I waited 20 minutes or so. I called them again. Oh, well, we can't do that. That's your building and their building. And I said, get a supervisor on the phone. Hold on. Comes back. Supervisor said that we can't take care of that. We don't take care of that. And I said, okay, what's your name? Oh, I can't give you my name. What's your supervisor's name? I was told.
I'm gonna stop you right here. Number one,
Yeah.
why did you need the security?
Because.
No, what was the why did you need to call security?
Because there were two gentlemen with the hand truck.
Okay, that's a
three-
PBSO.
Huh?
You're talking about people looking like they're trespassing?
No,
You should have
they were
called the
moving
sheriff.
into the second floor using the
So you
staircase with
should
the
have
hand
called,
truck.
that's not a security. The security takes care of people coming in and out of the village. If something is going on in a unit that you're not aware of, PBSO is the person that you call, not security.
Well, why did a neighbor call security on me 2 years ago because my TV
Okay,
was too loud?
so ma'am, if you remember last month, I told you that I would look into, because I was a little concerned
yes.
I was a little concerned about people saying I can't give you my name. Fortunately, I was not able to find anything that would substantiate that. There was no incident report. Obviously, there's no video. But the thing you're talking about is not security's job.
So I would have to have called the cops?
Yeah. Or you can speak to your board who controls when people can move in or move out.
No, it wasn't my building. It was the building across the field.
And this was your business for what reason?
Because it was
Somebody was
10
doing
o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight.
making more- were they
Thump,
making
thump, thump, thump. Conversation.
Okay.
You're moving in at that hour. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's, again, not security's job, but by all means, if something doesn't look right to you, call PBSO, let them send somebody over there.
And what about the security company, the guy who was a smart aleck on the phone?
Yes, you told us about that last month.
Yeah.
And I told you I'd look into it, and I was unable to find any evidence that that actually happened. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah,
But I was unable
they're
to.
lying.
But I
They're lying.
I was unable to substantiate it. So that's all we have to say about this incident.
Okay, fine.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Hello.
Okay, do we have anything for the good of the order?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Les, I
Les,
guess
go
she's going to
ahead
let you go first.
Okay. Les Rivkin, Stratford J. Some of you may know that we are no longer in Congressman Mass' district. That has been changed with the redistricting. Our congressperson is now Lois Frankel. The Democratic Club has set up a visit with her June 22nd at 1:30 Room C. We're inviting everybody to come and listen to your new congressperson. The other thing I just want to mention, I've had reports of both racist comments and anti-Semitic comments. Please, when you hear these things, confront the person. Let them know it's not okay. And I'm not sure who else you tell, but, we're a large community, but we're theoretically a large family. So let's treat each other well.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Belinda Flores from Stratford H. I got a question regarding Waste Pro. When they dump the garbage, and they put it back, but then the top gets flipped over, but it's hard to close it because it's all grounded into the ground. And then people try to do it, and they break it, and I mean, and you can't close it because then you get the animals in there. Is there a way you can, Donald, talk to them and say, try not to?
Yeah, that's pretty much an everyday job for
Yeah.
Belinda.
Yeah. Because
In your section in Stratford, not much of a problem because of the way your dumpsters are angled. But in other sections, sometimes the truck driver will put the can back down and with the open lids pinned back so that if you try to close them yourself, they hit the hedge and back. I'm forever pulling those things out myself and closing them. So yeah, that is something that we continually get on top of Waste Pro and Solid Waste Authority about.
Yeah, because then the animals go in it, and
I'm glad you brought up garbage because I do have a small piece of news that I forgot about until you brought it up. Waste Pro's contract is over at the first of the month, first of the year, and we're going to have another company called Coastal. They have the new contract through SWA. So at some point, I put a marker for myself in October. We'll be setting up a meeting with the new management, and what I hope to get out of the new company is new dumpsters, and a procedure where the vendor looks for rotted out and broken dumpsters instead of Donald.
yeah, that would be great.
You see me in the morning with the scowl on my face driving around, and that's usually the reason why. So yeah, we're on top of that.
All right, thank you.
Mace?
Good morning. I'm not normally a morning person, but Mace Greenfield from Greenbrier C, my association insisted I show up here this morning and ask for answers to the fact of the parking lot flooding that in Greenbrier, the circle, all the rain drain comes from A and B around through C, and with the golf course construction, once again, the drainage has gotten blocked off, and there's issues in getting it unclogged, and what can be done about this?
Okay, Mace, so you and I communicated earlier yesterday, and also I met with two other members of your board.
Actually, Donald, if I may correct real quick, it was, I believe, Rob that you spoke to. You and I sent you an email that...
And Ralph, too.
And Ralph, but you and I don't think recently discussed it
Anyway,
at all.
about that drain, just so everybody understands, we have a storm drain system. You see those sewer grates, storm water goes into those grates, and for most of them, they go to an underground system of pipes which lead out into our lakes. There's the one in front of Greenbrier C, in front of your building, Mace, is not hooked up to that system. It's that's called a French drain, essentially a hole in the ground.
Correct.
Originally, it drained out to a drain field that's not on our property. That's on the golf course property. I'm currently soliciting bids to have that drain connected to the storm drain system, which will be something of a job, but it's really the way it should be done.
Correct.
And it'll go to the canals from there. So it is something we're working on. I noticed that when you get that flooding, it's about 4 hours before it all drains out. I actually timed it. So it's something we're aware of, and you'll see it in the next few months that we bring a proposal. There is another one in the Chatham section that I'm working on as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mace. And I'm glad they insisted you came.
I'm sorry?
I'm glad that your fellows insisted that you come today.
I'm not, but nevertheless.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm retired. I don't like doing things this early. But anyway, I thank you very much. I tried to explain at our meeting on Wednesday how it's the French drain system, and they told me I had no clue what I was talking about, but it's what you explained to me a long time ago.
Yep.
And they were trying to explain that it's the other way, and thank you very much.
Yeah, we're going to straighten it out one way or the other. It's been something that's been on my mind for a while, Mace, but there's always something else going on, and now's the time, since we're on to drainage.
Could I ask you one major favor, so that I don't mess it up? Could you possibly hit me with like a 3-4 sentence email that
Yeah,
explaining this?
you're actually going to see a blurb about it in my report this week,
That's even better.
including
Thank you
including
very
including
much.
the picture that Rob sent me.
That's even better.
All
Thank
right?
you very much.
You're welcome, Mason.
Have a great day, all.
Okay. Happy Father's Day, everybody, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion made by Patricia Caputo, seconded by Michael Grant. Have a wonderful day, everybody. You know what I was...
Before you leave, we love to see you out in the lobby, but we can't have you come up on stage or blocking the stairways down here. So we'll talk to you out in the lobby. Thank you.
They can go there right there, right?
The engineering.